Good morning. We're starting the PCT section K, and it's about 8 a.m. upper 50s, July 20th. There's my hiking partners, Doug and Byron. So it's been 2 years since we were here last on the trail, but another beautiful day. Good day. It's a good Desolation is where we're starting. We are just now entering Desolation Wilderness, which this area requires a permit. It takes about an hour and a half to get here from the Echo trailhead. We just got our first view of Lake Aloha, a little over 8,000 feet, maybe just over 6 miles in. There's no water between the trailhead and here for anybody heading this direction. This is our lunch spot for the day at Lake Aloha. We just cleaned off right down there because this is one of the premier lakes to get in. Beautiful spot. So we're at Susie Lake. This was one of our spots we considered to camp at, but we're going to continue on because it's only 2 o'clock. So I should note that there was a lot of nice running water, cold water options between Aloha and Susie, which was really nice. Susie Lake. It's our second water source coming up this hill. Very thankful for that. We have 200 feet till we get to Dick's Pass. See you then. So this is Dick's Pass at 9,150 feet. We've been going uphill for 2.5 hours. Steep uphill. Well, we believe we're at the high point now. 9,400, which will be our highest point for the whole trip, I believe. And
we are at the high point.
I believe.
There's no believing here.
Unless we get lost. I was not trained for the hike we just did today, but we are up here. So we made it to Dick's Lake. When we made the choice at 2 o'clock to continue on from Susie, we knew it was going to be a hard day, and it was hard. But we got here at 6. It's about 7:30 now, and there are mosquitoes here, the first ones we've had, but not really affecting us too much. So we started at 6:45 this morning. Didn't videotape a lot yesterday, even though I did a little bit at the end, just because it was a hard day trying to get to camp. One of the most windy nights we've had, probably on any nights on trail, but not because of weather, just location. But getting started. Morning, guys.
Good morning, Lee.
Good morning, Lee.
Tent was 57 degrees this morning, so not bad. We got up. Just walk along this nice lake. First good water source today. What you do is fill up your little bottle, put the filter on, squeeze through. First bear sighting. Just ran across the trail. See him right through there. Not too scared of us, but didn't. Kind of jogged across the trail.
There's the bear. He's digging for something.
Lake Richardson. We're going to get in here and clean up a little bit. Day 3, starting at 6:30. Had a good night. 51 degrees. We woke up in the tent. Yeah, we hope to see another bear today. Well, hiking can be nice all the time. There's just something special about early morning. Everything is so still. Temperature's better for going up these hills. Check in later. Most of these trees just have incredibly beautiful moss. And they're tall. We're at Barker Pass. So if you got a text from me on day 3, this is where I was at. A little bit of coverage. Good day. This is a better view of Lake Tahoe than the one yesterday. Going up to about 8,500 feet today. Almost there. Somewhere up there. Getting close to the top, somewhere right up there. You can see the trail. Byron's leading us this morning. Been a long climb, but we got to do it when it's cool. You know, I typically just film when it's easy because usually I have my poles or just hard to carry the camera. The reality of the PCT, at least through especially the Sierras, is you're usually going up and down pretty significant inclines. And that's with a 30+ pound backpack. In this particular case, we're carrying about 2 liters of water that we loaded up the bottom because we got a long stretch. We don't think there's any streams, so we get to carry the water too. But pretty thankful right here because there's a lot of shade. But just to show you more of the reality of the hiking.
We're just entering this wilderness.
We're entering the Granite Chief Wilderness area.
Yeah, we made a long climb today, but it was pretty shady and cool hike for having to come up so high. We're now at the Tahoe Rim Trail Junction. 2 years ago, Byron and I were at the other end of the junction. Alpine Ski Resort. Comes all the way up the top of this, just on the Black Diamonds. The landscape is just so diverse. And a few minutes ago, we're above a tree line. In that previous videos. It's beautiful switchbacks all the way down this side of the mountain. Similar to this morning. those needing more of the trail type information, which is what I look for in some videos, we are at Five Lakes Creek. And this is the first water source since leaving North Fork before you head up all those switchbacks, which is just over 8 miles, and there is no water between those two, so you have to plan accordingly. There is some pretty good camp spots here. We can tell there's a lot of bear activity based on what the bears left. So we're going to continue on a couple more miles to our planned campsite. It's 5:30. Stayed here on Whiskey Creek last night. Nice little camp spot. Hope to do 15 more miles like we've done the last 3 days so far. Hopefully we'll be heading out in about 30 minutes. I should also add that it's 44 degrees this morning. It's about 30 degrees lower than the low temperature in Arkansas right now, so it's all good. Got started at 6:15 this morning, which is the goal. We have a long day with 15 miles, but about 3,000 feet, so trying to get an earlier start. And I said before, I love the mornings. It's so peaceful. Day 4. We're up and moving. 15 miles, 3,000 feet. Go today.
Are you looking forward to it?
I am, as long as we survive.
I've never seen one that big before.
It must be old too, because look at his quiet.
The main water fill-up spot for the day, so we may have a lot of miles before we find another one. While I was sitting here, I noticed this. How cute is that? We're up our second peak of the day. Kind of brushy and very steep. This has been a pretty brutal climb, but we got about 250 feet more to go. You can see people up there, see where the trail's going. Temperature about 75. Feels warmer than the sun. Feels good in the shade though. We're not technically to the top, but this is the best viewpoint. Still see Lake Tahoe in the background. A lot of snow still at the top. I think we're high point, 8760. Quite a view.
The highest spot right here.
The highest spot of our trip. Seen this section a couple times in videos. You see the trail way down there. Good evening. From three of us, we are in a Taco Bell on evening 4. You might say, why in the world are you Taco Bell? Well, we had quite a day. We thought we was going to be staying at the Donner Ski Ranch, and Byron even called early to say, hey, we're doing a couple sections. You got room? Absolutely, lots of room. We get there, and they're like, where's your full through PCT permit? So we're just doing 2 sections. Can't stay here. Don't care if we don't have other rooms. So kicked us out. Truckee is only like 8 miles away, so booked a room here at the lodge. a nice room. So what this lady in place, meant for bad, I think God still meant for good. Let us have a better night. We'll have our own beds instead of a bunk situation with other people. So got a shower already, and Taco Bell's here right beside it. There's apparently no hardly place to eat, but for us tonight, Taco Bell is golden.
It's like a 5-star meal.
5-star meal. But you guys did good. Hopefully we're going to start back in the morning. Tim's going to pick us up now in Truckee instead of that ski ranch for resupply, and then we'll get back on the trail. Here comes the vehicle, and Tim and Lisa and Doug's in there now, along with 2 other people riding to the airport, but he's taking care of all of our logistics. We really appreciate him. Day 5, back on the trail after a little detour to Truckee for a nice hotel and a lodge. So that really helped. Highly recommend getting a break every 4 or 5 days. This is our view to start. Coming up on I-80. So this is a place you can reference this on that. You can start with Truckee. So Doug decided, due to a little bit of an ankle injury yesterday, to kind of go ahead and stop back here at this last section. No doubt he could have continued, but just being wise for being ready for future hiking, he made the right call. And so down to Byron to me now. And we are right now finishing section K. And as soon as we go through this, we'll be starting section L. Hopefully, Lord willing, in a few days we'll be in Sierra City to complete that section as well. So, as we continue up, Peter Grub Hut. This is a Sierra Club owned hut that you need reservations for. They got a outhouse down here. Pretty neat little setup. We're at Basin Peak Spring, around 8370, so good water source. But if you're coming north, there's actually right now, at least in July, a few other options, including the hut has a lot of water. But you don't always get a good water source high up like this. So there's our spot. Got 2.6 miles to go. Dropped our packs here for a minute. Getting ready to drop down into Paradise Valley. One thing about this hike is there's flowers pretty much the whole time. Day 5 is almost complete. Getting close. Perfect day. We are at 8,000 again for today. 1 mile to our backup camping option, which will be a creek instead of more of a stagnant lake that we could have stayed at, but we got plenty of time. So enjoying the cool weather, getting the miles in. So we're going to camp at White Rock Creek. Got good water flow. We're going to stay about 100 or 200 yards probably up off the water because it's a good camp spot. Come down early, get our water, but really like the place. A lot better than Paradise, the lake. Day 6 on the trail. We had a good night. Pretty quiet here. Thankfully found this good camp spot. Byron did well. 51 or 52 degrees. So, looks like clear skies. Coming up on Snowbank Springs, which is where we're going to get our water for the next 24 hours. There's no water source 15 miles past it. So Here's the spring, so we are filling up. Taking twice as much as probably what we've ever carried. That's an extra 2-liter bag that I've never used, but brought it just for this purpose. So filling up a lot of bottles. We continue on. Here comes Byron. Hey, give us an update for the day, Byron.
Things are going great. We're right on schedule. We started the trip with a rough plan, but every night we get together and look at the terrain and the water, and we make a plan for the next day, and so far that's worked out perfect.
Yep. We've been climbing what seems like forever, but I think we're near the top now. Byron, how long of a lunch break did we take today?
An hour and 15 minutes.
It's our longest break of probably any trip, but it was a good spot, and we only have about 4.5 miles to go today, so there's no reason to push it too far. Earlier today, we went around the top of those 2 snow banks and down by that little one. Continued on. A little bit of thunder in the background, but we're thankful for the clouds. It's about 3:45. We took a little break because of some storms coming through, but just didn't want to get into them, so we kind of stayed behind and had a little bit of sprinkles. But not too far from starting to look for some campsite options. We already have our water, so it has been dry all day, like the map said, but still been pretty views. Well, in evening 6, we kind of built our own area. There was one spot near a water source, but it's really dirty as far as the ground was, and there's going to be a lot of activity there near the water tonight with PCT through hikers, so we found this really awesome spot. So far we're dry, a lot of thunder, a lot of dark clouds around us, but we really feel about good at where we are, so have a good night. We are in our tents for the night. It did rain a little. Some good thunder, but not much rain, so view the inside of the tent, sleeping bag, liner to keep things clean. Doing a little charge. Charge your phone probably a couple times. Add about 25-35% charge back to the phone every day. Just to make sure we keep it on airplane mode almost the entire time. Just for pictures. Turn it on a few times to check a few things and send a few texts. And so anyway, that's the life. Keep a light up there. It is about 7 a.m. We left a campsite around 6:30. About 50 degrees start the morning. This is our final full day, day number 7. Did get a little rain after we got in our tent last night, but morning. Hope everybody back home is doing well. We will see you pretty soon, so. Well, we're on our first pavement because we just crossed over a bridge to get us across a creek, but It's a nice peaceful time. Morning, Byron.
Morning, Lee.
Tell me, Byron, why you or anybody else be willing to give up the normal comforts of life to be out here for a week or more and hike 8 to 10 hours a day.
Well, it's a great way to see God's creation. It is a good way to get away from the busyness of regular life and be with people you enjoy being with. And it's cool here in the summertime, so it's just been a great experience. And
Yeah, the temperatures have been anywhere from 45 to about 75 degrees, so quite different than Arkansas right now. So very thankful for those temperatures. Not trying to rub it in anybody that's in Arkansas right now, but we are enjoying this time. That's why we do try to come out this time of year when we do it. So until later, we continue on day 7. Getting back up high enough now. We got quite a good view. Been chugging along. Really good hiking day. Now we're to the switchbacks, which is a lot of rocky. You gotta really watch how you walk up here. But we're gonna do that and go all the way down the bottom there. This is Milton Spring. It's about 150 feet off the trail. It's certainly worth doing. Not a lot of water sources through this area, so I don't think I even showed the last one, but we washed our feet and hands here. Super cold. But man, our feet sure enjoyed it. We're going to camp here at the last camping area before you go into Sierra City. There's 2 spots, so it's working out nice. Plus, just an absolutely beautiful spot and creek to wash up in and get some laundry. Thankfully, the message just went. Wasn't so sure it would in this tree and canyon. (6:15), final day. Incredible little camp spot. So thankful for it. Thank you, Lord. I'm going to videotape next little bit, just show you, now that we're down to 5,000 feet, which is the lowest we've been, kind of like seeing some of the trees from Arkansas. These are dogwoods, just a slightly different variety. Cedars, oaks, along with all these massive, more local trees. But it's not normal that you have to push through trees, but I thought this was kind of cool. I've already walked through here a couple times. I already saw a large mountain lion right in front of him, and not too far from there is this deer. So Milton Spring there we were at yesterday at the kind of beginning. It's quite a creek at this point. Just over 2 miles till we finish this section. Hit Highway 49. Very impressive bridge for us to cross. Thank goodness. Well, this is the end of the section. Good job, Byron.
Good job, Lee. We made it.
We did it. We're very thankful,
Yes, we
very
are.
blessed, and if we look across the street, no surprise, our Tim is already there for us. Unbelievable. So, Lord willing, in a year or two, I'll be on the other side of this highway doing the next section. So, been a great trip. Good job, Doug, on the prior section. We will all get to do some more of this someday. Till next time.